What's going on, good people? It's your boy Smooth from the GFT Radio Show. Here to give y'all a little quick rundown of the sports. Welcome to the Fans Perspective. It's your boy. You know what I mean? Homie Dame couldn't be with us tonight. This really is impromptu. Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl just finished. Rams won it all. Came down to the last drive. It was a great game. Odell Beckham started off hot. He got injured. Hurt his knee, had to go out. You know, Rams was up. Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow and them boys came back, took the lead. Then what happens? Boom. Last drive. Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford made it happen. Got down. There was a lot of penalties on that last drive for the Rams. Actually, let me correct myself. Cincinnati had the last drive. Defense shut them down. But on that last game-winning drive from the Rams, there was a lot of penalties down there in the goal line. They got helped out by a holding call. But at the end of the day, they made it happen. They probably wouldn't have been in that position. Jamar Chase earlier, he had got away with I think it was Jamar Chase. Pardon me if I'm wrong. Got away with the offensive pass interference by pulling Jalen Ramsey helmet. They went down and scored off that touchdown, and that's how they really got back in the game. So without that, you know, it wouldn't have I don't even think Cincinnati really would have been in the game, to be honest with you. Outside of that, the halftime show to me was average. Really wasn't impressed. It was cool though, you know what I mean, for that. But dope game. I want to give a rundown of some other sports news. NBA. Let's get to my boy Bron and them Lakers. They suck. Let's just keep it real. They suck ass. They lost last night to the Golden State Warriors. Bron had a chance to tie it up at the end of the game on the free throw line, missed the first free throw, and it was over. AD. I was just having a debate on Twitter with a couple people about AD. I feel like one of the main issues with the Lakers is, you know, when they won the championship, they ran the offense through AD. Bron was still the best player, but they ran the offense through AD, and defensively they was top notch. This year they don't really run. I think Bron lost faith in AD a little bit because AD always getting injured, and so he kind of took hold of the reins. He be doing most of the scoring, most of the shooting. And I've seen him wave off AD quite often, way more than what they did that first season together. So I think if they correct that would that would correct their issues. What else is going around? James Harden trade. Man, I wish Dane was here so we could talk about that. Nets traded James Harden to the Sixers. So James Harden down there with Embiid. I'd heard a lot of Sixers fans had issues with the trade. They felt like they gave up too much. I feel like they got to steal. You know, I lost faith in Ben. You know, if failure does that to him, if people can get in his head like that, I really don't trust him on my team to be a leader. You feel me? To me, I felt like he folded under pressure. That's just my opinion. Hopefully, he do well with the Nets, but I don't really see it happening. I don't know how their situation is going to play out too with Kyrie barely playing. They done lost 10 in a row. KD, wait for him to come back, see what's what. We did have a little funny situation because him and KD and LeBron were both the All-Star captains, and neither one of them picked James Harden until last. And I think Bron ain't even really want to pick him. He was just stuck with him at the end of the day. So I thought that was comical. It was made for good TV. But I ain't really on here to last too long. I just wanted to run down some things, and that's about it. There was a couple more trades in the NBA. Who else got traded? Tyrese Haliburton from the Sacramento Kings. That was one of the biggest surprises of the NBA trade deadline because he's a hell of a player, young player, guard. He wanted to be there. He wanted to not too many people want to be in Sacramento. Like, he wanted to be there. So basically, at the end of the day, they chose De'Aaron Fox over Tyler Haliburton. He got shipped to Indiana. Sacramento did get back a good player in Domantas Sabonis, more than serviceable big man, all-star caliber big man. So we'll see what happens there. Really wasn't too many. The Bucks traded away DiVincenzo. I forget who they got for him, but they traded him away to try to get some more cap space. Lakers didn't do nothing in the trade deadline. Warriors stayed pat. Phoenix stayed pat for the most part. Like, so mostly all the Kristaps Porzingis, he got traded. I don't really understand that trade. But they got rid of him for whatever reason. I thought the way Jason Kidd came into the season, he wanted to feature KP a bit more. But for whatever reason, it didn't work out. I don't know if KP and Doncic had a issue with each other. But, that was a surprise to me that they traded away KP. They traded him to the Wizards. The Wizards sent over Spencer Dinwiddie and who else they sent over there? Spencer Dinwiddie and somebody else. Spencer Dinwiddie had a disappointing season so far this year. I expected more from him coming back from the injury. But from reports, from my research, they said him and Bradley really didn't get along at all. Him and Bradley really didn't get along. So farewell to him. From there, Dennis Schruter, everybody remember during the offseason, he had a lot of issues as far as his contract with the Lakers. He turned down. So he signed with Boston for the 1 year. They said he was a cancer in the locker room. They didn't really get along with nobody, so they shipped him out of there as well. I forget what team, but whatever team he's expected to get bought out, and he might ironically end up signing back with the Lakers. So that's about it. So that was a quick rundown of the NBA trade deadline. That was maybe the biggest news in sports outside of the Super Bowl. Like I said, the Super Bowl was a good one. It was a good one. I was actually rooting for Cincinnati. I was rooting for the Joe Burrow. I like the young man's swag. I like how he carried himself. So I was really rooting for him. I ain't mad at the Rams. My team out of it, so I ain't mad at the Rams for winning. Glad Odell got one. I was about to call him ODB. But so shout out to him. And, that's about it. So thank y'all for joining the Fans Perspective. And I'll see you next time. You can tell when people get comfortable, the real tends to come out.